Oh, that was a bit of a shit show already as we started. Anyway, welcome to Football with Brownie, guys. Hope you're well, keeping safe, keeping each other safe, and spreading that love right across the big bad world. It's actually morning for me, yeah, but I got my black coffee, second one of the morning, and I'm raring to go. I hope Mr. Tom is raring to go. How are you, Tom? Hope you're well, my friend.
Well, it's 11:47 p.m. I've been at work for about 10 hours. I'm raring to go in the sense of, like, I'm looking forward to this based on how you sold me this. But it would be disingenuous of me to basically tell me, you know what, I'm so fired up, brother, and all that.
To be honest, it must be the caffeine. It gotta be the caffeine, I tell you. I only do my coffee in the morning black now, proper black coffee. So we'll see anyway. Let's go in the chat first before we start this, and it is going to be a match. So basically, what happened, guys? Yeah, I woke up at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. or wherever it was. I haven't even watched any football. I'll be honest with you, I haven't watched any football. Getting up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to watch a football game is not good. It fucking kills me for the rest of the day, to be honest. But it's going to be a lot of interesting conversation. Many of it is going to be 18 plus, so just for you to be aware. But we'll see. We'll see what happens and where it goes. BX Gunner, first one in the chat. Nate, what? And Kieran's also in the show. Hi, Kieran. Hope you're well. Right. I think the best way to start. And Gary's in the show as well. Hi, Gary. Hope you're well, my friend. I think the best way to start is obviously sending our best wishes to the family of Toto Schillaci. Were you old enough, Tom, to remember Schillaci in Italia 90?
No, I weren't into football at that time. But when I got obviously, not a secret, I got into football with World Cup 94. So naturally, because I got so into World Cup 94, I started like trying to find out about other stuff like in football, like basically what happened at Italia 90. Now, not a lot happened in hindsight, but there was a specific footballer that basically nearly fired Italy to the whole thing. And he was top scorer. And then he was more interesting because it was like he disappeared off the face of the earth after. I'm like, this guy's going to be really good. And then,
I remember,
and then nowhere.
He was an unknown. The thing is, back then, Tom, you know yourself, other people don't know, but back then, European football was like this fucking dynasty. Do you know what I mean? Right? And the British clubs, I rephrase that, the English clubs were still on their European ban. So they were banned from all competition because of what happened in Heysel 5 years ago. No one outside of Italy had even heard of Schillaci. Now, Italy were really, they were the host nation. They started quite slow, and their attacking options weren't working. So a late call-up into the Italian World Cup squad was Toto Schillaci, who played for Juventus. No one had known, and then he broke onto the world scene. I'm going to do a little bit of screen sharing here. Our Irish friends may not be happy with what I'm going to do, but it was part of the.
Giannini tar bollen, Baccio. Bara Schillaci framåt och spela till. Lyckas med det. Giannini. Donadoni. Och bra skott. Och retur. Och Schillaci och mål!
What's Pat Bonner doing?
Nu slår han till igen.
This was the quarterfinal. Okay.
He
that was
must
the
have
quarter
had
final
all
against
of it.
Ireland, and people were, people were having to go at Bonner for not, not doing better with that Donadoni shot. But it was. It touched the heart of many people, especially the older football fans today. So R.I.P. Now, Tom, I know where you work. You work in a bookies. Did you watch any of the football today?
I watched. People may or may not be surprised to discover that the match that I watched today was Manchester City. I'll tell it the other way. Basically, Bologna played Shakhtar Donetsk. I don't know if I've said that right, but the Ukrainian team, Shakhtar. That game finished 0-0. And then immediately after it, I watched Man City versus Inter Milan, which finished 0-0. So basically, I didn't see any goals scored in the Champions League today. And I'm like, yep, more money, more games, more goals, supposedly. Apart from if you watch Champions League on a Wednesday.
Well, I know it does seem funny on a Thursday. Is it Thursday or is it Wednesday?
It's a Wednesday.
What day is it today?
Well, for you, it's Thursday.
I'm on Thursday.
For me, it's Wednesday.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Gary's got a question for you in the chat.
Okay.
Because Gary's being a bit of a sausage. It was at 49 past. He had a question for you. I thought it was really interesting. I'll read it out. Brownie, why is he here? He's talking about me. He's asking why I'm here.
Why is he's part of the show, Gary. He's part of the show. It's going to Bargath. I didn't catch any football today. I'm going off Tom's football knowledge on this one. I did see that Celtic had a massive win against Slovan Bratislava.
From what I saw, I actually watched it yesterday as well. Yeah, they scored 5, because they're already making the jokes that they should stop the group stage immediately, and then you'd end up with a Bayern Munich versus Celtic final.
Oh, sorry, I don't know what happened there. Are you back?
Yeah.
Are you back?
I never went anywhere, from what I could tell.
Oh, I know. I don't know why. It's fucking internet is shit, man. I'm telling you. It can't. It's either the internet, my laptop. My laptop is like 1999 laptop. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. Sorry. We're on about the Celtic score. Go on.
Yeah. They're already making the jokes that if they stop the group stage right now, it would be Bayern Munich and Celtic in the final. And personally, I'd love to see that because I dread to think how many goals they'd stick on Celtic.
Oh, I know.
Because statistically, Celtic are the worst team ever in the Champions League. For a team
because
that made the group
stage last night or tonight or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
they hadn't won for decades.
Yeah, like they obviously we all love to be in this situation, but they still go on about the time that they beat Barcelona at Celtic Park, and it's like, yeah, that's lovely. You've only had like 50 cracks at doing it, but still,
yeah. And they also go on about 1967 as well, isn't it? The Lisbon Lions.
Oh, the first British team.
Bargath, today was better than yesterday's Champions League. Some good games. I did kind of like watch the Real Madrid goals against Stuttgart.
They were not good. The goals were fine. Real Madrid did not play well against Stuttgart. I was in a pub on Tuesday night, and so cut long story short, I had to my left, I had Liverpool at AC Milan, and to my right, I had Real Madrid versus Stuttgart. Stuttgart should have won that match about 4-1, but didn't because their shooting sucks. And I know a lot about shit shooting because I support a team that can't fucking score to save their lives. Pardon.
Moss is in the house. He says, Jid England, 1990, yeah, I know. Just shows how old we are getting, Moss, I'm telling you. Celtic, well, Johnson, best right back anywhere. Brighton Wolves is good. I noticed that Sky was taking a piss out of Ange because Tottenham beat Coventry, didn't we? Very sarcastically. Let me get this up. You carry on talking for a minute, Tom.
Well, because he, I don't know the exact words, but Ange did an interview or press conference where he basically implied that he's never not won a trophy in his second season with a team, which in hindsight is massively laughable because, I mean, generally he's managed Celtic and teams in Japan that are quite good to my understanding. So of course you're going to win trophy the second year. The real test is, it's like I've always said, like Messi. People say Messi is the best player ever in football, but can he win a trophy with Tottenham?
He's not even the best player to come out of Argentina, but never mind. That's another that's another argument. Okay, Sky made a statement. Tottenham's late turnaround secured 2-1 win over Championship side Coventry have progressed to Carabao Cup 4th round, and to keep 4 trophies available to Ange in his pursuit of second season silverware. Now, if that is not sarcastic, I don't know what is.
I mean, to be fair, he brought that on himself. You can't say something like that and not think that people are going to throw it at you every chance you get. Impossible. I'd been upset if they didn't make jokes about it. In fact, I should have made jokes about it tonight.
And the thing is, he's not handling when they're coming back to him with the questioning on that, and in press conference after press, he's not handling it well. You know, he's being quite rude in some respects, which is only going to wind the media up. He could have just.
It only works if you're winning.
Yeah,
you get away with that if you're winning games.
He could have, put it in a bin a long time ago. But the way in which he's portraying himself, it's basically, going to come back and bite him on a big hairy arse of his. I'm telling you.
It's playing out a lot like, when Jose Mourinho turned up at Tottenham and he had his first season. Like, he joined near the start of the season. But obviously, if they didn't actually win anything, it would have been, okay, you need to spend some money, then do your first full season. Basically, no matter what he said in that first season, it was like, Jose's being Jose or whatever. Like it was like with Ange, he would do his interviews and basically he could say whatever he wanted and it would be hilarious, or media would make it sound hilarious. They're like, oh my God, a guy was putting on his microphone before he spoke to Match of the Day or whatever, and he went, careful, mate, I might need you to take me out on a date, mate. Or whatever, and everyone's like, if you get any closer, you're gonna need to ask my parents for my hand in marriage and shit like that. It was like, and they're like, oh, he's so witty and funny. It's like he's just making comments in Aussie, basically. Is essentially what really happened. He just said it in a non-English accent.
Yeah, I tell you,
like, hilarious.
I've noticed ever since he come out against the Tottenham fans with that Arsenal issue last at the end of last season.
Yeah.
I've noticed the tide turning against Ange even before this season.
He was right on that, though. He was absolutely. Don't get me wrong. It's one of the things that the right thing to do is what he said, because he is paid to win football matches. He's not paid to fuck over Arsenal. As horrible as that is, you know what I mean when I say that. Like, because if he threw a football match. Say he threw the football match and then Arsenal ended up not winning the title. Anyway, then it'd come back round to, well, you didn't need to do that, Ange. But my ultimate point is that he last year he got away with doing whatever he wanted in interviews because it was a novelty. This season it's a bit different because it's like that's funny, Ange, but seriously, when you actually go win something. Yeah.
Okay. here we go. Right. Now, first topic is going to be OnlyFans. Tom, are you a subscriber to OnlyFans, or do you, or like me, are you a free content Pornhub fan?
I think the easiest way to put this is that no matter what you say, you're going to sound quite shameful. But I'd rather sound like he's freeloading shameful, because there's two things in life I don't pay for, and that's sex and water.
Well, let's have a look at this story in which popped up on my timeline earlier on. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Right, and I'll be honest with you, I want to give a shout out to this Facebook page because it is really funny. It's called "What in the Universal Credit is Going On Here?" Right now, British OnlyFans girl says she's getting rich by sleeping with 50 freshers a day. Right?
I mean, my initial thought is basically you've immediately took this from she's not an OnlyFans girl, she's a prostitute.
But would you, Tom?
What would I pay her?
Yeah.
Well, no. Well, what I'd actually do is I'd hand over the money, but it'd be on some string. So as she left, I'd just stand there holding the string, and I'm not out of pocket. She thinks she's had a profitable time. She's wrong, but happy days.
Right. Let's go in the chat for a minute because I think I need to explain a few things. Dabbling that surely. Brownie, read a story about OnlyFans. What? I'm so surprised. No, it came up on my timeline, Gary. Honestly, right. Is that English universal credit? Like, I love to explain. Universal credit is basically a credit you get from the government if you're not working. I know other factions can come into it, but that's the general consensus, Tom, isn't it?
Yeah, it then goes into like, do you have children? How many children you have? You get paid based on like how old the children are. Obviously, you get more for the firstborn than you do for the subsequent children born after that. But yeah, ultimately, it's the newest way of basically.
It's a dole. If back in your day in the UK, you would call it a dole, basically. Yeah. Freshers is
new people at university.
New university students. Yeah. Would you say that, Tom?
Yeah, no, I understand that as like they call it Fresher Week, don't they?
Yeah. Fresher Week is the first week you move to your university apartment or house before you actually start studying. So you just get hammered, basically. Okay.
I'd like to make it just clear very quickly that I have nothing against her doing what it's saying she's doing. My issue with it is that they've called her an OnlyFans girl for it. It's like, no, you're prostituting yourself and putting the content on OnlyFans. Because you can't say getting rich off doing that and then tell me it's wrong to say, well, what about it isn't prostitution?
Yeah. No, you're right. Okay, here we go. Okay, next topic. Can men bleed? Okay, Here we go. This come up on my timeline. This guy, periods are not just for women. Explain, Tom.
I've seen this before. I'm glad that you've not actually scrolled down to show what else is there. I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it there because you all know what the image really shows. Brownie knows what the image really shows. I know what the image really shows.
The thing is, Tom, yeah, because of the time difference, I'm waking. If it was like late at night or early evening, and these things pop up on your timeline, it's kind of like the norm, right? But when I'm waking up to them, it's like, what the fuck? What's going on in my mind? Like, do you know what I mean?
This is totally my fault because I was basically like, yeah, Brownie, I don't care what you got lined up. Just don't tell me what you got lined up. I kind of probably should have been told that I'll be questioned on this, but
it's
what
funny,
it is.
It's funny. I don't know. But anyway,
I do bleed. To be fair,
there are other topics to come up. I just need to find them while Tom is chatting. So anyway, Tom, what it's a shame about you're a Leeds fan, I'm a Cardiff fan. We actually meet on the weekend, but So Bamba, unfortunately, who was a legend at Cardiff, he was still very liked, I believe, at Leeds as well.
Yeah, very much so.
And bit of a coincidence that both clubs play each other so near the day of his passing.
Yeah, to be Gary's comment.
I know.
Laugh at Sol Bamba. But I was going to say about Sol. It's not a case of like we're exaggerating how much we like him because he's dead. Like, no, before if this match had happened and he was alive, it would have still come up that he played for both teams because he was very, very well respected at Leeds, and I know he was loved at Cardiff because he got promoted with Cardiff. Personally, despite that, I've made it clear before, we have no real love for Cardiff because Cardiff are basically the reason Leeds went into absolute freefall because you beat us in one specific football match. But it is what it is. I
know.
He does have one goal this season, Most, if I remember rightly, against Portsmouth.
Right, let me go back to Guy's comment here, because he is right. In a way, he is right, yeah?
He's 100% correct.
He's 100% correct, but the algorithm, I just want to point out, the algorithm is because I go on that page, I find that page funny. And that is why the algorithm comes back to bite me in the ass with the newer stories, yeah? So I just want to put that, anyway, Ryan's in the house as well. Mitrovic is in the house. And who's going for Cardiff City? Me and Tom were actually talking about this because what's happening at Cardiff is a fucking nightmare, mate, if I'm honest with you. I'm disgusted, and I hope that the players actually pull a finger out. Anyway, that's another matter. But we're talking about it. It looks like it's gonna be the sideways backwards passing derby. Tom, am I right in saying that?
God, yes, yeah. No, I've rarely have you said anything that was more accurate. Just arguably, I may be exaggerating when I say I am exaggerating when I say this is a championship El Sacico, because I think if Cardiff lose, your manager is probably going to get the chop, and if we lose, it's possible that our manager will get called for being sacked. Whether he actually will or not, I don't know. But
personally, I think the Cardiff manager is gone already. Right? This is my personal point of view. Yeah. And they've got someone, and I got funny. Be honest with you, I
think it's Warnock again.
Yeah, it's a Warnock situation. It's already a Warnock situation. And I know that he's still... it would be a cheap appointment. He's not working at the moment.
You got to be careful when you hire Warnock, though, because he does not want to be in employment at Christmas. He likes getting a job after Christmas. And the other thing you may not know about Neil Warnock, because I know you have love for him because he actually succeeded with your club. He didn't succeed with mine. We like undone all his magic for years because he failed at Leeds. There are reasons for that, obviously, mainly because he's a bit shit. No, it's not true. What, in all seriousness, he never manages clubs. He always just you listen to him on TalkSport. He's like, "Oh, I went down to Huddersfield. I helped him out a bit." It's like, I went to help out Aberdeen. It's like, no, Neil, you were the head coach of Aberdeen.
Yeah.
And the only match you won was against a bunch of amateurs. So, but if he had done well, he'd have been like, "Oh, I became the manager. I did this, I did that," and it's like, oh, but when it ain't going well for him, it's like, oh, I'm just helping him out a bit because anything that takes the heat off of him and his decisions, he's doing you a favour by turning up.
Yeah,
he's doing you a massive favour. Do you know what Neil Warnock does, which I find fascinating? How he's managed to convince people that, oh, I'll take your manager's job, but as long as you move the entire team down to Cornwall in the summer, so you can do training, and I don't have to leave my house. It's brilliant. I admire the fact that he gets away with it. It's incredible.
Look, not everybody at Cardiff is likes him for various reasons. He's given players massive contracts, and they didn't succeed, which put the club further in debt. But I think, given the situation, I don't think it's anyone better, if I'm honest with you. Ryan's in the house as well. He's saying to you, Warnock, go get Bruce from Blackpool. That is a fucking weird. That is a weird. That is, just he's waiting for another payday.
I don't get why Bruce had to fall down to, like, did his did his Newcastle tenure really ruin his stock to the point where he can only get a job in League One or wherever Blackpool happen to be? I should really know, but I don't. Say what you will, he did a great job. Right, the football might have been rubbish, but he did a great job to keep that Newcastle team in the Premier League for as long as he did, because he had nothing to work with. And when they did spend a bit of money, it wasn't like he was knocking down the door going, I want to buy Joel Linton. He probably never heard of him. He's like, and what am I supposed to do with this guy?
You're right. BX, too underrated. Warnock, I think, as he brought most times he brought clubs into the Premier League. Am I right in saying that?
I think it's more that he's got the most promotions, because obviously he would have had League Two to League One promotions.
And then he first done it with Scarborough into the Football League. That was 87.
Yeah.
So maybe promotions.
Jazzer's
in the house. Hi, Jazzer.
Oh yeah. He may have the most from the Championship. I'm unsure of that, but I think they do mean, like, because I think he's been promoted like 11 times or it's something like that. But obviously that would include the lower divisions.
Yeah, I got you.
I don't get why you wouldn't. I mean, I get why you'd bring Warnock back, because obviously you need a popular appointment. But
I just think we're in the shit. I think we're properly in the shit. And we've only got 1 point so far. And it's already fucking panic stations. And going back to my point, I reckon they've already got someone. But that person is saying, nah. Your next game is fucking Leeds. I'll fucking bypass that and I'll wait until an easier fucking game. That's my opinion. You don't want to start off with the fucking getting hammered, fucking 4 or 5. Do you know what I mean?
But see, I think you may benefit from the new manager bounce, but I don't know, maybe. But I can get why that manager won't want to take this game, because it basically, if we did end up sticking 4 past you, and I'm not saying we will, because I don't think we're sticking 4 past anyone at the moment, but if we did, it becomes a thing of like, well, Leeds had like 17 shots last week and couldn't score, and you're letting 4 against them.
Yeah.
Go fuck off, Bullet, or whatever his name is.
Right, the next topic is going to be grandmother says this.
Is it about Wayne Rooney?
No, it's not. No, that's a good one, bro. That's a good one.
Okay.
Right. Here we go. Merthyr Tydfil Matters is a great fucking, great local page. This Merthyr grandmother was brutal. Now, this is what she said. My beautiful, my beautiful grandmother, beautiful granddaughter yesterday bribed me with Finna 1. They all look nice, though. Oh, that's fucking brutal, mate, surely. She could have said the one on the right or something, but maybe she didn't know the right or
There's
left.
a million ways to describe this photo without digging out the other 2.
Oh, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
But when you've got an old woman, right, and I say it's the greatest respect, they know they're not too far from meeting God. So they're just like, I'm just going to say what the fuck I want at this stage. and it's up to Fatty to deal with it.
Right. Because I do want to bring, I did want to bring this up actually. Random question, but what are your thoughts on the exploding walking in Lebanon? Well, it wasn't just Lebanon, was it? It was pagers. I mean, let's be honest. Who the fuck uses a pager these days? Do you know what I mean? It's mental, mate. It's proper, you know what? It's proper James Bond shit, isn't it?
James Bond shit. I could probably speak with more authority on if men can bleed rather than exploding walkie-talkies, but I digress. But yeah, I don't know what to say to this. I mean, they're walkie-talkies, and then basically you press the red button, and then they have to scrape you off the pavement, supposedly. But
there was something you carry on talking for a minute. You carry on talking.
Oh no! The more I speak, the more tasteless it gets. So we've got a great comment here.
It's for late night show, no problem.
It's a late night show at like 8 o'clock in the morning in Australia.
Yeah. Fair enough.
It's always a late night show somewhere.
Where are we?
Do you think you could
I have got something on this actually.
Because would you accept Rob Page as the Cardiff manager?
Well, bear in mind we're talking about pages. I think that's a bit disgraceful.
Wow.
Right, hang on. Because I hope I don't get no hate. It's all because of this topic, but I just find it fascinating. Anyway, so it comes on. This Elijah person says, a friend of mine's rucksack just exploded while his pager was in it. So then I replied, maybe your friend should find another job.
At first, I thought it said nutsack. I was like, his nutsack exploded. I was like, how'd you get a pager in your nutsack? But,
jeez.
No, seriously, that is
the whole story is mental. The whole story is absolutely mental. Let's go back in the chat. Wouldn't surprise me if Rob Taylor interested in a Cardiff job. Doesn't support Cardiff. No, Rob Page is not for me. Not for me. I thought he should have been. I thought after the debacle of the Euros in 2002, I think it was. Was that the Euros? Where Wales got fucking humiliated by Denmark. I thought that should have been his. Then they kept him on. Then he didn't qualify. They lost to Armenia. They drew Gibraltar. Fuck off, man. Do you know what I mean?
How do you not
One
beat
of us don't
Gibraltar?
watch anymore. Sorry, go on.
How do you not beat Gibraltar?
And you're talking to someone who used to watch Gibraltar quite regular when I was living in Marbella, because you were only an hour's drive away, and I used to watch it quite regular. And I tell you what, Tom, it was like watching back then. It was like watching proper non-league football in the 1980s. You'd have a pint, and he'd be literally standing on a touchline. Do you know what I mean? And
Well, they only have one stand, don't they? Because they can't even fill that.
yeah. Well, basically, I know that they're changing things at the moment.
Right, okay.
But it used to be one main stand, and the others would be temporary. Do you know what I mean? Depending on the opposition.
Yeah. Well,
But,
that makes sense actually.
A lot
But,
of the time, no. Go on.
What I base that on is there's a Football Manager YouTube channel, and they were doing. His name is Tom, conveniently same name as me, but he's Tom FM. Nice channel, nice guy, whatever. He supports Lincoln, so he actually does. His job is actually commentating on Lincoln City home games. But anyway, but for his channel, he made this thing where he's going to try to go to every round in the Champions League, including the qualifying rounds.
Okay.
And so obviously in qualifying round 1 or whatever it is, he went to watch Lincoln Red Imps. Or is that their name?
Right, yeah.
So he went to watch their Champions League match. I think they lost on penalties, if I remember rightly. But he let me tell this correctly. When he was there for this Champions League match or qualifying round, they had one stand, and he basically was showing like, oh, there's nothing over there. There's nothing like, and you get people seeing over the fence and stuff like that.
Oh, it's brilliant. Honestly, it really, because I went there when a first ever home game. I done a vlog. It was one of my first ever vlogs. I don't like doing vlogs because it becomes a pain in the ass, especially when you get more and more drunk as the day goes on. Do you know what I mean? And more and more wrecked. And you think, no, I don't want to, put any fucking dodgy footage on it. Do you know what I mean? I could incriminate myself. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
you
God.
know? So yeah. But I really enjoyed it. Really did enjoy it. Over here, I think Sydney is starting to play again, maybe next month or this month, maybe. So maybe I'll do a few vlogs then.
You should definitely go to see some A-League football while you're there.
Yeah, I think so. Carl on a Facebook, you think things are bad? I'm Irish. We're god awful. Oh, I know the home nations are struggling at the moment. They're all in transition, aren't they? Right, sorry, Carly, not a home nation. I apologise. But Republic, Northern Ireland, Scotland, they're not Wales. You know what? What surprised me the other day? Because I was watching. What was I watching? I was watching one YouTube channel, and they're on about fucking Son at Tottenham, and they say, why isn't it more South Koreans in the Premier League? And I thought to myself, fucking hell. I remember when it was so many proper quality Scottish players in the Premier League. And maybe not Premier League, but First Division. Do you know what I mean? And now, who have they got? McTominay.
They haven't even got that because he's
They
not
haven't
in the
got that.
Premier League.
Yeah.
He plays for Napoli now,
There's
doesn't
no
he?
one. And I tell you what,
McGinn.
back then,
Okay.
obviously back then, you had the European ban, which discouraged players in coming over, but also you had the 3 foreigner rule, and the foreigners for domestic league didn't include the home nations, and it really has suffered. I think I know that the home nations and Republic have qualified for tournaments since then, but that's only because the tournaments have expanded.
Yeah, they've gone out of their way, and I don't think it's specifically to help Scotland qualify for things. I think it's just what would you call it? Something that just occurred because of their expanding the tournaments, and basically like, if you do really well in your Nation League group, then you get to play in the playoff for no matter where you finish in the group stage of the qualifying, you get to play in the playoff, which means that more often than not, Scotland are probably going to get to the Euros.
Yeah.
Now,
and let's be honest, because organizations like FIFA and UEFA only think of a bottom line. And we all know how well fans from Republic and the home nations, how well they travel compared to European fans. So if you're looking at profitability, it would be far better for the bottom line if you had so many British and Irish teams qualifying for the tournaments as you can.
Yeah. I mean, big part of that, like, you're right, but the bigger part of that is obviously they tend to put the tournaments now in places in European Championship specifically, because you're never going to get the European Championship in Saudi Arabia. And obviously, the next World Cup's clearly going to be in Saudi Arabia, apart from the one after the States one.
Yeah.
So, I could be wrong, but I think Euro 2028 is in England and Northern Ireland, isn't it? Because
I think all of them actually, Wales and Scotland as well.
Yeah,
and Republic. Is he in Dublin? Carl will tell us in the chat. I think Dublin may have 1 or 2 games as well.
Because I think they don't know whether the stadium in what do you call it, Belfast, they've not even started building it.
Does that mean, listen, guys in the chat, and Tom, you may know, but does that mean all the home nations don't need to qualify then?
I have no idea. I mean, I'll have a look right now online, but I must.
Do you know what I mean? Because fucking hell, you're talking 5 teams wouldn't need to qualify.
I mean, if that was the case, I think they would easily just go, fuck it, make it 32 teams.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying they are going to do that. Qualification.
Explore, hope you're well, and many thanks for joining the debate on anything that's been posted, man. He says, I miss free foreigner rule. I think it's madness. Yeah, I do as well. Man.
The qualifying is still going to be. This was decided last January. To be clear, it's still going to be 12 groups of 4 or 5 teams. But the winners of each group will qualify for European Championship, while second place will either qualify directly or playoff. That doesn't change. However, per UEFA's bid regulations, the automatic qualification of the hosts can only be guaranteed for up to 2 host associations. Therefore, it is unclear which host teams may qualify automatically. One plan being considered that all 5 teams enter qualifying against each other, with the top 2 going through.
Explore just said England have chosen to give away. England's chosen to qualify and give away their spot. It's interesting, isn't it?
They've not actually officially decided anything though, because I don't want to be like, oh, Wikipedia said so, but if that was actually the case, like set in stone, it would be here.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's wrong or lying, but
no, but I find it interesting, because it seems as if the the decision of where the competition is going to be held has been made, but yet this decision hasn't been made. I mean, what the fuck? Surely it would be hand in hand. But then again, we're talking about fucking UEFA here.
I don't know. They don't really know, do they? I mean, admittedly, I don't want England to get a host berth like for qualifying, because I remember when we were the host for Euro '96, and it was that 2 years of just playing shit friendly matches were absolute dross.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like we were playing Nigeria, and I don't know why I said that. Like there's something wrong with playing Nigeria. Not that Nigeria team was actually quite good, but my point is more. To be fair, without that, you wouldn't have got England versus Colombia with the scorpion kick. But at the same time,
also as well, you know, bearing in mind England didn't qualify for the previous tournament, which was USA '94.
Yeah.
If they did have to qualify, there's no guarantee that they would have.
That's true.
Because the qualification was far harder. It was only a top team.
If I remember rightly, if I could be wrong, if I remember rightly, it was actually the top two in all the qualifying groups, apart from the worst two teams of the second place teams played each other, which ended up being Holland versus the Republic of Ireland. And obviously, that Holland team, or Netherlands, sorry, that Netherlands team had, I mean, the litany of talent. They all hated each other, because of course they did. What Dutch team doesn't have the racial divide?
Oh, I know. That was the excuse for when England smashed them 4-1, wasn't it? That was the excuse then. Carl says England qualifying. That sounds correct. The hosts still have to qualify. Host, he agrees with you. Hosting's not good for a team playing friendlies for 2 years. All depends, though, Carl. All depends. You know, you're Irish. I'm Welsh. If it means we qualify, fuck it.
Am I right in thinking that Holland won that match 2-0?
Yes, I remember now at Anfield. I remember that game.
It just happened to be really unfortunate for Ireland that Holland were also not amazing in qualifying. Otherwise, presumably, Ireland probably might have been in it had they not been playing Holland. If it'd been like Ireland versus Switzerland, I'm trying to think of the other teams in the tournament, but like, you know what I mean? Like Ireland, Czech Republic were good, but Ireland at the time would have fancied their chances against them, I imagine. They probably lost though. But you know what I mean? I think England are of a international standard. Don't get me wrong, England should have a world championship of playing qualifying matches, because in qualifying matches, England are outstanding. Terrible to watch, but the actual record.
Yeah, no, I get it. No, it's good going down memory lane, then. It was good, especially, you know, we spoke about Scalacci at the beginning. You know, 90s footballs, which leads on to the next conversation, really, right? And we touched on it.
If football's better now,
you know what? I'm getting fucked off with it. I'm proper getting fucked off. Football is boring the fucking tits off me. Sideways passing, backwards passing. Oh, fuck. Just fucking knock it forward.
I watched the Birmingham
Wrexham game. Go on.
Sorry, Brian. It was rude of me. Go on, mate.
No. I watched the Birmingham Wrexham game. I done a watch along, right? And you know what? It was fucking great having a goal kick being a goal kick.
That's funny.
Knocking down a line. And and Paffy is in. And exploding walkie-talkies. What a load of poo. What tariff are they on? Pay as you blow.
that would also double for the lady on Freshers Week.
Yeah. Yeah. See, if you don't know what you're talking about, you have to go back to the start of the show. But yeah, honestly, I don't know whether I'm just bored of his possession. we mentioned Cardiff and Leeds, and it just comes to me as if you just keep in possession for possession's sake.
Yeah. There's
and
no
it's boring as fuck.
There's no proof that keeping the ball wins football matches. The only thing teams have to go on is because the best teams tend to do it. But there's a reason the best teams tend to do it, because they're the best fucking teams. But they don't win because they do it. That's just a result of them doing it. But in my opinion, I'm probably going to be factually wrong here, but it feels like if you watched every match in the Football League this weekend, you would at least have one of the teams in every match trying to play Pep Guardiola possession ball. And the problem with that, Brownie, is every team that tries it is more and more an inferior version of it. And you get the same mistakes. Because the whole thing with Pep ball is that you have more chance of succeeding if you actually play on the edge of a knife edge, right? Where like you get so close to letting them have the ball. But then if you get it right, it enables you to bypass it. Yes. Sam Allardyce, I reckon Sam Allardyce would actually explode if you showed him the fourth goal that Bolton conceded at home to Huddersfield. If you made him watch that, they basically did.
You know what? I'm just looking for that, actually.
They did. I don't like using the word, but it was an abortion of football. What they did was disgusting.
I'm going to screen share it because
it's so bad.
I like the guy. What's this?
Yeah, mint that. Fucking mint. Fucking
I mean,
to this.
What
the fucking hell? Yeah, mint that. Fucking mint.
What happened?
Fucking mint.
What happened in that 3 seconds between the goalkeeper receiving the ball and then passing it straight to their player? I'm not saying everything's always going to go right.
All right, mate. I know it's fucking mint. Hang on.
I want to see Sam Allardyce be filmed while watching that. Because it has all the ingredients. It's the football he hates, and it's the team he loves that are doing the football he hates. He loved Bolton Wanderers. He took Bolton from being shite to being half decent. And they're doing the football that he is absolute worst. It's perfect.
And also as well, I tell you what, right? Now you're a Leeds fan. And what has suffered? There was an article in the BBC the other day, right? I know Goldbridge brought it up the other day as well on That's Football. But have you noticed, you're a Leeds fan, you remember the days of Tony Yeboah hitting them fucking screamers from wherever. Whatever has happened to the screamers from outside the box? Whatever's happened to them?
Yep, no one wants to do that anymore because...
no, exactly.
If you do you risk giving the ball away.
Yeah, exactly. Well, as football fans, I want to see fucking more screamers from outside of a box. I want to see more Tony Yeboah's fucking... do you know what I'm saying? It's so fucking diluted. Excitement is so diluted on a pitch now because people possession. I'm now fucking bored of it. No, as Chris Nick said, no free kicks are scored. Carl says no screamers anymore. Fucking right, man. Do you know what I mean? It pisses me off. Good job I'm not fucking paying to watch it, watching live games anymore. Do you know what I mean? Because I would be fucking, I'd be losing my shit in the stands. Probably have another 3-year fucking ban.
When you're already winning and then you go into passing mode, sideways, backwards, now it's great because like you can watch the other team getting really frustrated.
Yeah,
like,
you could go ole.
But if you're 0-0 or you're losing and you're still doing that, because when we went 1-0 down to Burnley, there was no change in tactics. There was no, we need to get the ball forward. We need to undo this. It became, all right, we're a really good team, and really good teams don't change their style. They double down on their belief that what they're doing is right. It's like, yeah, but Pep would actually like have his team launch the ball forward at some point.
Yeah. And you know what? People go on about fucking Pep. Maybe it's me being, living in Spain for so long, right? But it wasn't actually Pep that brought in the fucking no striker, the false number 9 and all that, right? But it fucking pisses me off that his boring style is praised so fucking much. I know why, because the results at the end of the day. But what about fucking entertainment? I'd rather, honestly now, that Birmingham Wrexham game proved it. I'd rather fucking 90 minutes of kick and rush than possession fucking boring shit any day of the week. Any day of the week. If that means that I prefer fucking lower league football, so be it.
If I am going to hypocrite myself here because I am going to slag off that Wrexham game. That Wrexham game was an abortion that it was ever promoted in the way that it was. It was disgusting. Don't get me wrong. I thought the game was fine, but the whole presentation of it, but basically, like I say, the game was fine. The little bit of it that I actually saw, and I watched the whole thing because it was at work. But my point is, I think I actually, and it's probably going to get proven wrong, but it actually feels like it was actually watching Tom Brady and Rob McElhenney with a bit of football on the side. Because any time the ball was dead or out of play or whatever, they would go, oh, let's see what they're doing in the crap. It's like they're fucking watching, waiting for the ball to come and play. What else?
I get that. Doing? That's the only reason Sky fucking showed it in the first place. I completely get that. And to be honest,
especially
I was
when Beckham turned up.
But Del Bosque, that's it. I couldn't remember the manager's name, but Del Bosque. Let's go back in the chat for a minute. No, Letitia. I know. I was thinking of Letitia the other day because I was going to contact him about doing an interview.
I guess I find that match more offensive because the way they were talking about it, like it's the biggest match to ever happen in League One. Yet Nottingham Forest, Leeds, Sunderland, there are loads of teams that have played Premier League football that have been in League One. And I'm not saying it's a good thing to be in that situation, but then to see Wrexham being told, oh, they're part of the biggest match ever in League One, it's like, go fuck yourselves.
And you know what? You know what's worrying? Yeah, I'd be honest, proper worrying me now. Right? If Wrexham come up, I started watching Cardiff City when they were 91st out of 92 league clubs. That's how fucking rock bottom they were. There was 2,000, about 2,500, if that, at Ninian Park. Right? But it was those days, Cardiff were the fucking worst Welsh team in the league. And, if Wrexham get promoted, potentially we could be third. We'd be very lucky that Newport County is still in fucking League Two. That is the one.
Like that.
Cardiff, Powerful says, Man City. I've got Cardiff on a fucking brain. Man City tonight, worse than Wenger Arsenal, trying to walk it in. Absolutely no crosses in the box. That's what I liked about the Birmingham game. Cross after cross all the time. And then one of them finally paid off.
I thought it actually showed a bit of could be wrong, because obviously Wrexham have had heavy investment for a League One side, heavy investment, let alone National League side. But it felt a bit like that they got taught a lesson because they kind of like. I'm not saying Phil Parkinson's a good football manager, especially at this level, very good. But it felt like they got taught a serious lesson because once they got away from the vibes of scoring from a corner in the first 2 minutes of the game,
yeah.
it was like
It's
Birmingham
like,
took
yeah,
over.
it's like now you know you're in the big time, basically. Do you know what I mean? Explore says Premier's getting a bit like NFL, might as well have 4 breaks. I remember them asking about this before. That's about adverts and singing to your ladies. Player welfare. What's Rodri talking about? Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell, I tell you what, mate, yeah? You go working on a fucking rails 7 days a fucking week. Do you know what I mean? And not... these players are fucking me off, mate, if I'm honest with you. And amount of games, look, I remember I can only go as far back as having 1 substitution. Yeah? And you had 16 players in a squad, if that. You had the likes of Liverpool. I think on average, because it was so successful, on average playing 60 games a season with 1 fucking sub and 16 fucking players in. Now people mentioned Chelsea earlier on. You got 40 odd fucking players in a squad, mate. Do you know what I mean? You got rotation, and you got 5 fucking subs a game. And now you got players who are fucking, if you break it down, £1 million a month, 250,000 a week, £1 million a month, fucking complaining. I tell you what, right? And it makes me come across as proper Mr. Brexit by you. It fucking does, right? But I go back that far. No one complained about the fucking Christmas break, the winter break, until more and more fucking foreign managers come into the game. Right? And now, more and more fucking foreign players are coming into the game. They're complaining about more fucking games. Well, I tell you what, you don't fucking like it, fuck off to another league where they pay you fucking less, my friend. That's the bottom line, mate. You know, you don't like it, fuck off. You could take a pay cut and go and fucking play for Galatasaray or fucking Panathinaikos or something.
I thought I was going in a certain direction. It was like,
yeah,
I know you had me in the first half.
I could watch you. I could watch your face, friend. I knew you were. That's why I held back.
Like, no, but you're right. I mean, I sit there and think, it's like, oh, we play too many games. It's like, no, you play too many of the games that don't make your club enough money. Ultimately, is because they're not going to turn around and go, oh, you're right, you are playing too many games. Why don't we just not go to America in the summer to play some friendlies?
Yeah,
that's the first thing I'd cut at. But they'll never do it because of the money they make from doing it. What they really want is basically don't make us play in the Carabao Cup and shorten the size of the Premier League.
Yeah.
That's what they really need.
I remember, I think it was 3 subs back in those days, or maybe 2. But anyway, even like Sir Alec Ferguson, midway through a season, he would say to a player, I remember he said it to Schmeichel before, just go and take a fucking holiday, mate. Go take a holiday, have 2 weeks away. Just get away from it all. Well, listen, and you spot, I've been on about this these pre-season tours before, Tom, yeah? Why don't the fucking players bring it up with their clubs and say, listen, I'm going to play too much. I need a fucking rest. I don't want to go on this tour. I want a fucking proper summer break. No. They deflect that fucking... They deflect that responsibility onto the league, onto the Carabao Cup. which if you go to the Carabao Cup, no matter what you think about fucking cup competitions in the UK anymore, the bottom line is those cup competitions are a fucking lifeblood of lower league fucking football in the UK.
Yep.
And they want to cut the fucking support of that. You know, this fucking I'm winding myself up. It's only fucking 9 o'clock in the morning here.
Fucking Stefan's been back in the Premier League for 1 year and he's already fucking wanting to get rid of the Carabao Cup. Incredible. Incredible.
I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying. It was years ago.
Of course it's
yes,
crap.
It was, Stefan. But the fact of the matter is, you never had... You know, I remember Newport County getting to the quarterfinals the other year, a few years ago, you know? It's proper fucking me off. The arrogance of it all is pushing me away from fucking Premier League football. And
I mean, to be fair, Cardiff's performances are pushing you further away from Premier League football.
Cardiff's performances are pushing me away from football altogether, my friend. Fucking hell. But it's just arrogance. Do you know what I mean? You know, and I tell you another thing, Tom. I don't know if you've been following this story, but the football fucking regulator, yeah. I don't know if you've been following this regulator story.
I'm half in the know of it because the league's chairman, chief executive, whatever he is, the CEO, he's dead against it. In fact, when we were in the Premier League, he compared it to communism.
Yes,
which was, I found that quite the statement. It's like, you're going to regret saying that if we're ever back in the Championship and not getting that money.
I am not one for fucking putting governments in charge of shit. They always fuck it up. I'm old enough to remember fucking British Rail rather than these youngsters saying, you know, national. British Rail was a fucking farce. British
Not
Coal
me,
was
Carl.
a farce.
That's what he said.
Right? But what is a farce is the way the Premier League have got certain media fucking trying to fucking turn this regulator issue on the back. There's now a new competition going to be coming up, whereas Premier League under 21 teams are going to be playing National League teams, right? And lo and behold, a few days after that was announced, you have the National League clubs coming out against the fucking regulator. I wonder why. I wonder fucking why. It makes me fucking sick, I'm telling you. And the quicker fucking this regulator comes in my opinion, the fucking better.
What I find fascinating about it all is that no one is ever really thinking about it from the perspective of what's best for football. It's inherent. Like, you can't help it. You can only look at it for what's better for your team specifically, even if you don't realise you're doing it. Because it's the same for me. It's like, I cared about it less when my team were in the Premier League. Because I was like, well, my team's getting the money anyway. But then as soon as you're back in the Championship, it's like, well, yeah, that money kind of needs to filter its way down a bit more.
Yeah. It's fucking disgusting. And I don't know. Maybe it's just me getting fucking old. Part of the authorities are forced. Yeah, I know, mate. I know. And I have no doubt they'll fuck it up. They'll fuck it up somewhere down the line, yeah? Right? But the Premier League is eating itself. In my opinion, it's eating itself. It's fucking itself up. Now, whatever you think about FFP and all that, right? This Man City thing, the Nottingham Forest thing, the Chelsea thing, the Everton thing, it's shown the Premier League just how fucking diabolical the authority actually is. Right? For Man City, the 115 euro, which every football fan in the fucking world has been waiting for that to be done behind closed doors is an absolute fucking diabolical distrust of the fucking of the whole fucking shebang. It's disgraceful. And I tell you another thing, and this has pissed me off, and I'm going to fucking rant. Stefan, he's got me here because I'm going to fucking rant on this. I have been, off and on, I have been self-employed and had my own companies in recruitment and so on. Best part of 20 fucking years. Okay? Best part of 20 years. Now, I've seen fucking accountants and I've seen fucking accountants, I tell you. Right? I've seen accountants do this. I've seen accountants do that. I'm not even going to go any further than that. That's just right. But I can tell you something. At the end of my year, if an accountant, especially nowadays, if an accountant signs off your fucking books and it is found to be incorrect by HMRC, the accountant gets fucking taken to criminal court, and you will get taken to criminal court. Yeah? Because we're talking a tax fraud. Basically, that's what you're talking about. Now, times that by 1,000% and do to Man City. Now, Man City are accused of tax fraud. Basically, payments going offshore to various fucking things. Mancini, fucking Yaya Toure, all the fucking, all these false sponsorship deals. It's all fucking boils down to fucking tax fraud. And now, this fucking hearing, why isn't the accountancy firm in the fucking criminal dock? Why isn't that in? Why hasn't? No.
My question.
It's a fucking civil hearing. It's
I
bullshit.
have a simple question, Brownie. Why did it take getting to 115 for them to go, but that's a bit too much. This needs to be acted on. Why when it got to 79 charges, were they not thinking that's a fucking lot of crimes? Whether they're actual crimes or not is obviously not for me to decide. But the fact of the matter is, there's 115 separate charges, and for me personally, maybe 10's a bit like, Everton, we can't, not Everton, sorry. I mean, they've been done as well. But it's more the fact of, City, you need to start showing us the books, because this could get a bit, because it's created a situation like, why are you punishing Everton when they've not committed nowhere near the same amount of infractions? Don't get me wrong, I think Everton got off lightly, personally. But of course, I'm going to think Everton got off lightly because my team fucking got relegated and they didn't. Yeah.
No, I get it. We do know that it was a change of hierarchy, wasn't it, in the Premier League back then? What's his name? Premier League club? Scudamore, wasn't it? Was it Scudamore?
Is it Richard Scudamore? Is that
Richard Scudamore? Ex-Ipswich, old Ipswich owner. But you're right. You're right. I'm fucking stressing myself out. It's fucking 10 o'clock in the morning. Do you know what I mean? But it pisses me off. I've even asked Kieran Maguire this question, and he hasn't answered yet. But he's answered, other things, as you know, Tom. But I'm just stunned how Joe Blogg's fucking the electrician messes around with his fucking books. He's in the fucking criminal court for tax fraud. Man City were doing the same thing because they fraud in the fucking HMRC. Why ain't they in the criminal court? I don't get it. And why did it take some fucking computer hack in Germany to fucking bring this up? That's another thing. Because that's how it all started, wouldn't it? Some computer hack hacked into their fucking records, and how he isn't under someone's fucking garden, fucking 6 foot under. I never know. Right. On that note, I need to calm down, Tom. Should we knock it on the head? It's been an hour and a quarter.
Mate, I think maybe we should. I mean,
You need to go to bed. I need to fucking calm down. I don't know if I should. I think I should keep off the fucking coffee now. I don't think I should get my third coffee. But anyway, guys, many thanks for joining. Much appreciated. And we're on Instagram tonight for the first time as well. But anyway. Hasta luego. Tom, many thanks, my friend. What's your shows coming up? What you shows coming up?
Basically, I'm doing a. You know what? I should have found the link for it, but my channel is
before we go as well. Go on. Sorry,
my
Tom.
channel is called We All Love Leeds, which is obviously the team for my Christmas jumper. I'll wear a Christmas jumper in August. I don't care. It's not August now, but you know my point. But yeah, we do. We generally discuss Leeds United. That's not true. That's not true. I actually did a real big segment on Everton's capitulation at Aston Villa. I had about 20 memes about it because you can never have too many memes about Everton conceding 3 goals after being 2-0 up 2 weeks running. I mean, it's like meme Christmas. But in all seriousness, that's exactly what happened. Exactly what I did. But yeah, no, we have a fun time. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right, mate, because I weren't happy when Everton survived and my team didn't. So I need to get mine. Like a woman in a whorehouse. I need to get mine, and I fucking got mine last Sunday. But no, thank you.
I probably will end up doing a watch along. Tom, I know that I did think it was a 12:30 kickoff, but it's 3 o'clock kickoff on Saturday UK time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cardiff Leeds we're talking about. So I know that you're on Gary's show, aren't you? So we'll touch base after the game if you want.
How was losing 2-1 at home to Leeds United when we had a player sent off? How was that, mate? Was because you could have won the title, I believe, that day, but you didn't because we beat you. How was that, sir? I don't care. I don't care that they punished us for it. I really don't care. They punished me for it 7-0. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you exactly what happened in that game. Sorry, I don't mean to keep you up. We've got things going on. There wasn't any away fan. There was no fans in the ground. But what's grad? That's not even a real word. I'm like, yeah, you did. You scored 11 goals past us. But what happened on that day when we scored 2 and you had 700 shots and you had like we had 20%, 27% of the ball and we beat you and we still beat you? It's irrelevant. Proving that possession means fuck all. Goals mean more than possession. Just facts.
I'm glad someone else is on a rant now. I'm glad someone else is on a rant. Right, I'll be honest with you, with watch-alongs, guys, with watch-alongs, I know that I honestly, I try my hardest, especially I will try my hardest when it comes to Cardiff, but watch-alongs, while I'm still over here in Oz, they are quite random. If I'm honest with you, if I wake up before fucking 4 or 5 o'clock for whatever reason, normally it's because the fucking bin men are fucking outside. If I come around good, then I'll do a watch along. So, yeah.
You're only a bigger club because I was about to say Saudi. That's not true. It's a different club. Because someone from United Arab Emirates went, you know what? There's an opportunity here with City. But you know what happened before you got bought by your Arab owners? I mean, I've probably got that factually wrong. But you know what happened? Leeds were spanking your team. We were putting you over our knee, pulling your little panties up, maybe moving them to the side a bit, and giving you what for? Opening game of I think 2002-2003 season, beat Man City 3-0. I mean, these are things that happened. There's things that happen. Would they have happened if if United Arab Emirates went, oh, let's buy? I don't know why I keep like. You'd won more than Leeds for 2007. I'm pretty sure that's not true.
Anyway, tranquilo, calm down, relax, bro, relax. And just one question, Palfi. No, I'm not after citizenship, my friend. If I'm honest with you, I'm done with it already. It's so hard for Sasha to get over here. I'm done with it already, if I'm honest with you, but we'll see. Anyway, listen, knock on the head. Thank you very much, guys. Please fucking hit that like button. Please share the word. We will try and do as more and more of these late night shows because we all used to enjoy them, and going on tonight's show, we've all enjoyed the night as well. So if you joined late, go back to the beginning and with some interesting topics in which we brought up. Okay, until next time. Cheers, Tom. Much appreciated. Cheers, guys, in the chat.
Been fun.
Bye-bye.